platform drama that's been going on, Twitch messing everything up over the past couple of weeks and months, and other alternatives like YouTube and Kick are using these opportunities to reel in some of those streamers who are upset with recent changes and behavior from Twitch as a whole. And this was a situation that happened about a day and a half ago. A lot of people are talking about this. So this streamer right here, Harris Heller, was on stream and he was talking about some of the recent changes that have been announced by Twitch involving some of their policies, and he was expressing his disappointment in what's going on. And during this, a staff member named Seth, a staff member for Twitch, came into his chat and started berating him and arguing with him. And at one point, Harris tried to ban this employee, which unfortunately for him, you cannot ban staff members from your chat. So basically, he was forced to sit there and have this person berate him on stream while he sat there helpless until the point where he shut off his stream. And here's the thing, a lot of people have been saying like, oh, well, that's, it's unprofessional, but that's not harassment. I believe it is. It's not the most egregious form of harassment I've seen, but it's the equivalent of basically backing someone into a corner and bothering them with no escape other than to quite literally leave work. I mean, it's the same as if you were in an office or something. The only way he was able to exit this workplace situation was to shut off his stream. It'd be the equivalent of leaving work to avoid one of your staff members arguing with you and not getting out of your face. It was a very unprofessional and terrible look at a terrible time for Twitch, who is dealing with every little sense of PR right now that is going the wrong way. And of course, Harris would actually come out and specify that it was a very anxiety-inducing experience and that he would eventually shut down and hang out with his daughter instead, which is a pro move right there, I have to say. But again, it's another terrible look for Twitch, and you have, once again, their competitors like Kick in the replies of all these tweets trying to promote people. It's just going really, really wrong for Twitch right now. And honestly, to give a little bit of a preview, tomorrow we're going to talk about a lot of this stuff involving Kick. It was my original plan for today, but honestly, the way things are working, it's a much larger thing and I need an extra day for it, so stay tuned for that. But I want to end with one final small announcement involving YouTube. So it appears that the YouTube Partner Program is expanding their access to certain features. They are lowering the threshold to gain some of these features. So the main thing is, this right here was the old template for applying to get monetization. To join the YouTube Partner Program, you had to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 valid public watch hours, which is a very high hurdle, by the way, or 10 million shorts views in 90 days, which is absurd, by the way. But nonetheless, they have lowered or added a certain caveat, an extra level to this whole thing, saying now if you reach 500 subscribers, have 3 valid public uploads in the last 90 days, and have either 3,000 watch hours or 3 million shorts views, you can gain basically their super chat function and the ability to promote some products and shopping features on your stream. It's not full monetization as we know it, but at least you can gain some aspects like super chats. So if you stream on Twitch or on YouTube, people can donate to you through super chats, which is a
good for them. My resolution is off. That's better. Oh no, you cost iron! Fuck. Oh, are you serious? You guys were all at the same time? Shit, bro, we're doing this. shit, you are making this up. Oh, I thought he had way more tickets than that. Oh, never mind. Swedish Riders. Thank you, gold. Whoa! That was way too much iron. That's better. I would get so absorbed in the sounds of this game. Wait, do I only have 4 town centers? Oh. I should have had more. I'll never be able to spend all this iron. Oh, woe is me. Just gotta wait for that wood to pile up. There we go. Oh, right. No, I forgot. You can't drink the tea because it, like, gets me feeling weird. Flushes my system. Wait, I got it the fastest? I guess I did play economic. I went up to having the most supply again at the end of the game. How did that happen? Oh, you can hold it. Oh, neat. No, 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 no. Oh, I lost the... Fuck, I copy-pasted it.
Let's get back to the content.
Rev says Nigu. Nigu, Nigu.
Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So over the past few weeks and even months, there has been an intense battle of these streaming platforms taking place as Twitch has sat in the corner huffing glue and dishing out consistently greedy and out-of-touch policies. Traditional competitors like YouTube and up-and-coming competitors like Kick have been doing their best to take advantage of Twitch's shortcomings and bring streamers over to their platforms. This effort has intensified recently due to multiple wet farts Twitch has laid, including their sad attempt to eliminate virtually all sponsorship opportunities for their streamers, banning simulcasting, threatening to charge creators a fee if they switch platforms, and even allowing their mods to harass streamers who criticize their latest policy changes. And as I was preparing this video, Twitch made another desperate attempt at damage control, giving the impression that they're going to upgrade their streamers to a 70-30 revenue cut. But as I will state later on in this video, that is a huge misrepresentation that will only affect less than 1% of their total Twitch streamers. But while YouTube has gained momentum from Twitch's L compilation, Kick has been the main focus of attention for a lot of content creators. Over the past few weeks, Kick has been winning by sitting there and reminding content creators of their 95-5 revenue share, while Twitch, with their 50-50 revenue share, goes on a self-jihad, destroying their own platform and policies so bad it's to the point that it's forcing neutral parties like Mr. Beast to rally against them in support of alternatives like Kick. Including myself, by the way, I now have a Kick account. It's mainly a placeholder if you want to follow it. The chances of me streaming on there are pretty slim, and I'm no shill for Kick, by the way, but it's important to look at what it can offer content creators instead of simply just writing it off for reasons of virtue signaling like many others are attempting to do. So besides the vastly superior revenue split, Kick also hosts far more creative freedom than Twitch. There's definitely a Wild West feel over there at the moment, much like many other streaming platforms when they start off. Many, like myself, see that as an exciting situation. However, a large portion of the VTubing community, used to their virtual hug boxes and safe spaces, are threatened by this and are actively advocating against migration to Kick and even judging streamers who consider it. Sentiments that are reflected by this thread posted by a VTuber journalist working for Dexerto. So before I criticize some of these points, let's quickly read through this thread. It states, if you're a VTuber who preaches inclusivity, Kick/Rumble are not Twitch alternatives for you. Those platforms are shady at best financially and actively hostile to diverse creators. Don't get allured by the bag. It's not guaranteed, much like Mixer, Facebook, and Trovo before. I thought I could avoid much of this discussion, but I keep seeing VTubers swap onto Kick, see the culture, and then recoil. If you really want to leave Twitch, YouTube is right there. There's pros and cons to both, but at least it's not soul-selling. I remember when Kick launched, I was one of the first to report on it. I was quite interested in the 95-5 split and wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt. Its moderation problems and crypto backing was revealed quickly. It's only spiraled since then. Don't move there. So as you can see, a big theme of this thread is inclusivity, where this VTuber journalist is saying it is impossible if you support inclusivity in your community to exist on platforms like Kick or Rumble, which I think is incredibly hypocritical. There is hateful people and bigots, bullies, and alike on every single streaming platform that exists. Not just streaming platforms, but social media in general. You're going to find hateful people on Twitch, YouTube, and even Twitter. I find it very ironic that this thread exists on Twitter telling people about inclusive environments and that some places like Kick are just complete no's. Like, you can't be there if you support inclusivity. Meanwhile, the big bad people from Kick, like many people are pointing out in the replies, like Aiden Ross, for example, they have Twitter accounts. They are actively tweeting. So are you not allowed to be on Twitter if you promote inclusivity because they exist there as well? Of course not. So I don't understand what's so unique about Kick, where if some hateful people exist there, nobody who supports inclusivity can also exist on that platform without causing issues. But here's the thing. There's been a lot of talk about safe spaces in the VTuber community. A lot of VTubers focus on safe spaces, and you know what? If that's your thing, great, go for it. But that is not an expectation that should be placed on every single streamer. There's been a lot of pushback against this. We've seen big VTubers like Silvervale and Bebe and people like that really question this whole idea of safe spaces. They are not safe spaces. They are there to entertain, just like the vast majority of viewers want. They want to be entertained. They don't want a virtual hug box that's not going to upset them over tiny issues. Nobody wants to walk on eggshells while they're streaming and worrying about every little trigger that might upset an individual person in their stream. I'm not a person who wants to support a safe space in my community. I think I just lead by example, and that's the big thing here. If you want to have certain values like being inclusive in your content, lead through your content and your own community in moderation. These are all things you have control over, and it doesn't matter what platform that's taking place on. You control those things and whether or not you're going to be an inclusive stream or whatever sort of a message or environment you're trying to create. Now, there's this part here saying that it's actively hostile to diverse creators. I don't see any proof of that. There is a major difference between individual creators being hostile towards a certain group of people versus an entire platform being systematically hostile towards a group of people. Is Kick actively posting things that is discouraging diverse creators from going there, or minorities, or whatever you want to call these groups of people? Do they have policies in place to discourage them? Are they decompressing or deboosting their posts to hide them from exposure. I don't see any proof of that. And here's the thing, if you don't like some of the hateful people and you don't like what they're posting, simply don't watch them. You are not going to be forced to watch a hateful person stream on Kick. There's nothing unique about Kick in that regard. That's the same principle that applies to places like Twitch. If you don't like certain creators, you can very easily avoid them. But a lot of people in the replies brought up that this thread is not judging anyone, not being judged by this thread. Well, you absolutely are being judged. First of all, it's implying that if you support inclusivity, you cannot stream on Kick or Rumble. That's judgment to me. And this line here about soul selling, they're literally saying that you're selling your soul to go onto places like Kick and Rumble. That's judging someone. And this whole concept of chasing the bag. Well, you know what? Chasing the bag is very important. And it's one of the main reasons Twitch receives so much disdain from its creators. If Twitch right now came out and said everyone gets a 70-30 split on ad revenue sharing, people would hail Twitch as a hero. They would forget everything else Twitch has done. They would think Twitch is doing everything perfect. And they would forget all of the mistakes they've made over the past couple of weeks and months. It is very important. A lot of people are doing this for a living or even a monetized hobby. It is important to focus on chasing the bag, if you want to call it that. And this just goes into revenue in general. That 95-5 split is a huge deal. It is a very big deal. Creators should be properly compensated. Twitch should be put on blast for their continued greed and inability to fix their supposed infrastructure issues that forces their little small indie company to remain on that 50-50 split. Kick has been strongly hinting at something that's also very important, and that is a wage of $16 per hour for its streamers. This is something that they're hinting at. It is not in motion yet. But I mention this because, well, number one, it's a very impressive rate. It is more than virtually every minimum wage in the United States, by the way. But also, it is a great litmus test that'll be coming forward if it comes into motion, because let's see how many of these VTubers currently condemning Kick will change up their entire stance on that platform if that $16 an hour rate becomes a reality. And this whole thing just has to go with honesty, right? That is a main theme here. And, you know, in that spirit of honesty, I'll be honest with you guys. I will say something that most people won't admit, but most people probably agree in private. As a content creator, I don't really care much about the source of what funds my platform. Everyone's worrying about these things down here, the crypto backing and things like that, and they're shady at best financially. But you know what, at the end of the day, a lot of people are like me. If the funding is there, that's great.